Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out on such a rainy night. We've had a pretty good turnout. We don't know what to expect usually. There's a lot of people out here, actually. We're supposed to talk about what inspired, I guess, us to write. And everything I learned about writing was in the 3rd grade. My teacher liked to write with us, and she would write poems and stories and songs with us, and she encouraged us to write. So we wrote a lot of stories and poems, and ever since then I've been writing. And you just have to keep writing. And I do journal writing, and I've written all through high school and college and up until now. So my first poem was inspired by growing up in Poughkeepsie, New York, and also by the 400th anniversary of Henry Hudson's voyage to the New World. The Hudson. Henry Hudson was looking, searching for that secret passage. I too have been longing for that elusive place. I started in the middle of the Hudson, went down to the New York Harbor, traveled upstate and downstate, journeyed to Hong Kong, Tokyo, Beijing, and Boston, searching for that meaning, far and near, anything to grasp. Back then, the river was always a barrier, difficult to cross, cold and murky and wide. We traveled up and down along the water, always on a Sunday. My mama packed a lunch. Me and brother and sisters piled into a beat-up gray Chevy on our one day off. Forever on a journey, my father drove slowly. Maybe he too was searching for that passage. The next piece was inspired by the terrible weather we had last year. We had a lot of microbursts and tornadoes. And also by my husband, who unfortunately couldn't be here, but he's a great cook. Hot. Searing heat. He stirs the fire red pepper in the sizzling oil. Shanghai greens tossed against slippery iron slopes as the burnt soy smell of twice cooked beef crawl into the front room. I sit typing beside the window with the gray pounding rain, a hint of sesame in the air. Dark swirling clouds in the distance. Maybe the heat will let up. I've just got to finish this story, my mind on the action scene, the car chase, the murder weapon, when suddenly the sky is an eerie green, and I hear the roar of a train. But there are no tracks, I think, as I stumble to the basement, his strong hands pushing and grabbing from behind. My last piece was inspired by the writing exercise we do in our writing group. And what we do sometimes is we'll write down 10 or 20 sentences, just anything that comes into our mind, and then pick a sentence as the topic sentence. And it's also kind of, I guess, in the back of my mind, based upon my brother's childhood, because I always thought he had an idyllic, Tom Sawyer-ish childhood. Bucky. I shot the sheriff. I didn't mean to, but he was in the way. Bucky and I were 10, and we were only fooling around. He found his pa's pistol, and we went in behind the garage. Someone must have heard the shots. We shot at some old cans and bottles. Big deal. It's not like there were people around. Bucky and I, we've been friends since kindergarten. He lived across the street from our restaurant, and my family lived above it. We both learned to fish and ride bikes at the same time. Anyway, here we were with nothing to do on a summer afternoon, so we went out back and started shooting. Bucky wasn't a very good shot. As a matter of fact, he missed all the cans. I hit 2 out of 5. We got tired of shooting. We were hot and sticky and lay down in the grass. Suddenly, Bucky rolled over and kissed me. I pushed him away. I didn't want him slobbering all over me. What was he doing anyway? It was the first time he treated me like a girl. My heart was pounding. We were best friends. Now he'd gone and wrecked everything. I ran away from him, picking up the pistol from the grass. I thought of shooting him. Just then, the sheriff drove up, jumped out of the car, and ran over in front of me. I swear it, the pistol just went off. I don't know what happened. The next thing I know, I'm in the deputy's car, with Bucky looking wide-eyed at me, saying, "Wow, you get to ride in the sheriff's car." They wouldn't let Bucky visit me in the cell. He had hopped on his bike and ridden as fast as he could to the county sheriff's. They actually were taking my fingerprints when Bucky came in. By that time, I was crying. I knew I would get a good whooping at home. Baba hardly ever hit me. But when he did, I knew I had been bad. Ma would just give me the silent treatment. But hey, maybe now I was going to jail for a long time.